Hey, how's it going guys, it's Scarecrow, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about Infinite Warfare, the game that the PC community forgot. It's kind of what the tagline should be here, or rather the game that Infinity Ward forgot had a PC port. I think that should be even more relevant actually, to be honest. So, 2 nights ago, the night before last, I went back and I played some Infinite Warfare. And I actually found some matches. I was actually able to play 2 full games, which was pretty good actually. I actually had some fun. I was able to tinker around with a few of the new weapons. A couple of people were using them and I was able to pick them off the ground, and they were really cool to use. The trenching gun, or the trencher, or whatever it was called particularly, that was really fun as well. I'm having a lot of fun. I was able to unlock the EX on the EX1 or something, the laser weapon that came out a little while ago. I was able to unlock that last time, like a couple weeks ago, when I tinkered around with Infinite Warfare. And yeah, it's a lot of fun to use. It's quite overpowered on PC because of the hip fire. You can just basically spray people from across the map. But anyway, so Infinite Warfare, the topic of discussion. This is the game that Infinity Ward just forgot about on PC, which is really, really sad. I thought it'd be interesting to revisit Infinite Warfare today and talk a bit about it, because it is such a shame what happened to that game. And then I'm planning on doing one on MWR on PC as well. Anyway, I was really, really excited for Infinite Warfare. Not as excited as I am for COD World War II, but a new COD. There's a hype every year for a new COD, and I was still very, very excited for it. And the game lived up to the hype for about maybe 2 weeks, not even that, maybe. The thing that really disappoints me about Infinite Warfare is not the game itself, but it's Infinity Ward. Infinity Ward, the indifference that they gave us this year with Infinite Warfare was so cold. It was like an abusive relationship kind of, we don't even want to acknowledge you exist kind of relationship. It was horrible actually, to be honest. I remember when the game came out, we didn't get a patch on PC for at least a month. I think it was somewhere around a month. Like the first patch, the console got like weapon balancing, fixing bugs and errors. We didn't get that till about a month afterwards. That was by that time console had got like 2 or 3 patches, and it was insane. It's like, I don't even think once they have even acknowledged that the PC port exists. They probably don't even know it. They might not even know it actually exists. They might not even know, actually, to be honest. One of the things that I was, I said to prove this is that their Steam page on the Steam store doesn't even have recommended specs. It has minimum specs. And I said this way back when the game launched, this isn't a good sign, and I was complaining about that. And then now they still haven't even updated it, and the game's been out for 6 months. So it's crazy, the amount of indifference they just had towards us, which is such a shame, because Infinity Ward put a lot of love into Infinite Warfare, and the game ran really smooth. There was no issues with performance. It's just, the game had no anti-cheat at the start, and so all of the hackers just descended upon the game, viciously tore it apart to the point where there is only about 500 or less people playing Infinite Warfare at any time, which is crazy. I mean, the reason why Black Ops 3 still works and still has so many concurring players on PC is because of the dedication that some people at Treyarch have towards PC. We have PC dev, and we have people that care about it. We got our mods, even though that took quite a while for the mod development tools to come out. They're finally out, and they breathe so much longevity into the game. But not only that, we actually have someone to talk to. We have someone that, like, we've had separate weapon patches and stuff like that. Black Ops 3 has gotten better and better and better on PC as the year has gone on. And even now, I consider it to be a better Call of Duty game for PC, which is such a shame, because I wanted to be invested in Infinite Warfare this year. I really did. All my YouTubers that I watch are having fun on Infinite Warfare. I feel lost when I go into the game. I don't know, like, I feel out of place using any of the weapons. I don't know any of their stats, because I'm usually that guy. I'm usually the guy that watches drifters videos on, you know, the stats, and he didn't even do that this year because Infinite Warfare held no interest for him. So I feel out of place when playing Infinite Warfare. I feel like this is a game that just passed me by, and no matter how hard I try, I'll never be able to keep up with it, because I gave Infinite Warfare so much of a chance that it wasn't even funny. I was an advocate for that game for so long, even when everyone else was telling me it's going to be so shit and it's going to be terrible. I said, no, I'm giving Infinity Ward a chance to prove themselves, and they let me down immensely. They really did. They haven't even acknowledged that a PC port exists at this point, and it is really, really sad, to be honest. Going back to that game, all I get is this sad feeling. This is a game that is wasted. Can we apologize? Can we make it right? Because this is just cold at this point. This is just bad. You're basically, it's like a bad parent that you've got a child locked in the basement that you feed titbits to just to keep them alive. That's basically it. We get our patches, the same as console now, but that's basically just because that's mandatory. That has to happen now at this point. So it's really, really sad to see it. I wanted to be invested in Infinite Warfare this year. I wanted to spend the year making awesome content for it. The variants are really cool. There's a lot of stuff to like about Infinite Warfare. The games that I played the other night were a load of fun. I only had 2 games, but they were really fun. I actually really enjoyed myself. And then I went back and played it last night, and both lobbies that I got into had a hacker in it. So I can't even trust the anti-cheat in that game. It's just, at this point, I would call it more of a failure than Call of Duty Ghosts on PC, because I could still find games, and I still enjoyed myself, and the community wasn't quite as hostile towards Call of Duty Ghosts as it was. I was able to play that game throughout the entire life cycle. And this year, I couldn't even play in Infinite Warfare if I wanted to at most of the time. So it's really sad. It's sad being disconnected from the Call of Duty community. It's sad not engaging in videos. It's sad not watching content. It's sad not going on Reddit and being able to communicate with people in the same community I am and talk about the same things, because they might as well be speaking gibberish to me. I don't follow the game at all, and it's quite tragic, actually, to be honest. So Infinity Ward has lost all of my trust, actually, to be honest. So for their next game in 3 years' time, I will be expecting very, very, very little from them. From now on, Treyarch is about the only studio I can actually trust for a decent Call of Duty port. So yeah, that's where we stand. Hopefully World War II is better. Hopefully it has the support that the PC community desperately needs, because we are still so long away from the game launching, but I'm hoping that Sledgehammer doesn't just destroy, like, they need to realize that at this point, Call of Duty on PC rides on World War II. If that game flops, well then I shudder to think of what will happen to the PC community, and a lot of people would blow it off and say, well, just get a console or just leave it behind. It's so sad how it's, I would say, what if the shoe was on the other foot? You on your PlayStation or on your Xbox, what if 99% of the player base just suddenly left and you were left with 3,000 people? You could only play 2 or 3 modes at the most, and the developers showed you very, very, very little support or even care towards you. They barely acknowledge you exist, and that was it. They just left you like that, forced you, and like that's how you had to play. And if you wanted to play a Call of Duty, that's what you had to deal with. I'd say that you'd be pretty fed up and angry, actually, to be honest. And if someone came up to you and said, we'll just change platforms or change games, no. Call of Duty is a franchise that I love and that I'm very heavily invested in. I'm not just going to throw that away. Call of Duty has given me some awesome memories, and I've made so many friends because of this series. To think that I would just abandon it is not going to happen. So I will stick with this franchise. I will keep coming back every year, but I'm hoping it's not going to be any more of a downward spiral, because we've pretty much hit rock bottom at this point. So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Sorry for being a little depressing, but I thought I'd revisit Infinite Warfare on PC a little bit, and this is the state of it at the moment. It is so broken down and depressed. It is depressing. So yeah, but anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more, and I shall see you, beautiful people, in the next video.